Winner moves on, loser sees their season come to an end. MLB Network brings you exclusive coverage of the winner-take-all wildcard game. It's the one-game National League wildcard playoff between the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Diego Padres. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian welcoming you into another edition of Major League Baseball coverage on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Well, I really love these one-game wildcard matchups to kick off the postseason. Kind of tough that your season comes down to one game after such a grinding season, but what's better than a winner-go-home game, especially when that's the case for both teams? Should be a lot of fun to watch.
The old holdout purists may scoff, but I got to tell you, this is as exciting as it gets, folks. One game to decide who moves on. It's the wildcard playoff on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Chris Paddock gets the nod here at home for the National League wildcard game. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Manny V, this ought to be exciting. This is one of the top young pitchers in the game right now. He keeps getting better. He keeps learning. And if he continues at this pace, this guy has a chance to be one of the more reliable pitchers in the game.
Stepping into the box, Paul Goldschmidt. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. Here's the first pitch to him. And afternoon baseball on MLB Network is underway. The windup and the 0-1. Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
He obviously found a great feel for that breaking ball while warming up before the game. Leadoff hitter getting two curveballs is usually not the norm.
Breaking ball, strike three called as he drops in a beauty there, and that's the first out of the afternoon. So one away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring up Colton Wong. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. Paddock is a guy who throws a lot of strikes, rarely walks people, but what does bite him occasionally is the home run ball.
Matt, this is a guy that's not a power type of pitcher, so he needs to rely on being down in the strike zone. One of the keys, he tends to lose being aggressive when he falls behind, and he kind of nibbles around the strike zone. And what happens with that, Matty V, he becomes very predictable, and when you don't have overpowering stuff, you tend to be able to get hit hard.
3-0 now. And set up behind the plate, Rusty Valentine, as you see the rest of the umpiring crew for this one.
Dan, Rusty Valentine behind the dish tonight. He is north-south without question, letters to knees.
Well, I tell you what, he really favors a power pitcher. If you can consistently pitch at about the chest level and above, he'll call that high strike zone. I think he's a very friendly pitcher's umpire.
The next to bat for St. Louis, Paul DeYoung. Count set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. Perfect throw, and they got him at second.
Well, he showed a lot of patience to work out that walk, but it got erased pretty quickly. Always hate to give outs away on the base pass, especially when you've gotten on base for free.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Off the plate, ball one.
Bases are empty here with two men out. And he misses 2-1. All even now, 2-2. Now here it comes. Swing and a miss got him reaching. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. So they breeze through this half of the inning, and now the Padres get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Jack Flaherty is on the mound for the visitors in this NL wildcard matchup. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Now to the plate, Fernando Tatis Jr. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Up and in. Big danger now. It's 3-0.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
Line to the right side, but that's a foul ball. The 3-1 is in there for a full count now. 3-2.
I got 3-2.
Count still full. 3-2. Another full count pitch home. And here's a ball hit in the air. On the move is Fowler. And no one will track it down. The next 3-2. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
One thing to know is not all strikeouts are created equal. Right there, he goes down on strikes, but he really made that guy on the mound work for it. And when you're doing that in the first inning, it can have an effect on how deep he's going to be able to go into this start. There's a big difference between that and going down on 3 or 4 pitches.
And in steps Manny Machado as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. One out, nobody on. And he watches one miss outside. 2-0 now. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
You could bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Chopped toward the second baseman. Scooped up. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
The first baseman,
Eric Hosmer to the plate now. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Here it comes. Two out, nobody on. A ball and a strike to the Padres' first baseman.
Hey, that backdoor breaking ball just missed. He had a chance to run it to 0-2.
Fouled away. The 1-2. Now a ball sliced out of play down the left field line. That's popped up. Coming in is O'Neill, and it drops down in front of him, a base hit. So Will Myers will get a chance to bat this inning following the base hit.
Hey, they don't all have to be beautiful. They just have to be base hits, and that's exactly what that was. Soft liner into left field. Nice job.
Digging in, Will Myers. He'll get to take his first cuts here. From the stretch. There's the fastball that gets the lower part of the zone, called for a strike. Hosmer leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Oh, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
Real ugly 0-1 swing there. As a pitcher, you've got to be hunting for the strikeout, knowing you have this guy way off balance.
Working for the punch out and the offering.
Count is 1-2.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
This one sinks low on a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
Now to the plate, the pitcher, Chris Paddock. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Here's a strike with the breaking ball. Flaherty, a California-born ball player. This is his first year at the big league level. He's set. The 0-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Hey, I know it's the pitcher at the plate, but he's going to grind it out right here. He's got a chance to help himself, and nothing's a bigger backbreaker to a team than watching the pitcher drive in a run.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Padres leave a pair, and this is still a 0-0 ball game. The Cardinals' number 4 hitter, Yadier Molina, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Now here it comes. And here is strike 1 call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. Liner towards second, but an atom ball right to him for the first down.
That is it. The center fielder, Harrison Bader.
So the base is empty here with 1 away. And in to bat next, one of the fastest players in all of baseball, Harrison Bader. First pitch on its way. And he pops it up. And this will land foul. No score here as we play inning number 2. And the curveball's in there, so he's quickly behind 0-2. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Every pitcher looks to get off to a good start, and I'd say he's off to a good start. How about the first 5 batters he's faced? 3 of them he's sent down via the strikeout.
Standing in now, Tyler O'Neill. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. O'Neill is simply an all-around great defensive outfielder. Not only does he have great range and great hands, he's also got a plus arm, one that base runners and base coaches certainly have to be mindful of.
Absolutely. When you are in the meeting room preparing for this guy, it is the first thing that jumps off the page. Do not take the extra base.
The next 0-2. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. So digging in now, Jake Cronenworth.
Leading up for the Cardinals, the second baseman.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Inside, looked like the knuckle curve. It's 2-0. The pitch. Looped out toward third. Leaps high as he makes the catch. Well done.
Batting seventh, the catcher, Hosmer.
Into the box, Austin Nola. First offering on its way. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him 0-1. Bottom of the second here with no score. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. And it's 1-2. It's a 2-2 count to the Padres catcher. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
We got full count.
On deck, there's Jurickson Profar. Line to the right side, but good hands over there at first, and that becomes out number 2.
Batting in, the left fielder,
Here's Jurickson Profar trying to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Here's the first pitch to him. And that's in there for a strike.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And a slider swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. We'll move to the third with no score. Back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian as the TCU product. The left-handed hitting Matt Carpenter is the first to bat in the inning. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center, but this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out number 1.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
So the bases are empty with one man gone, and that'll bring in the switch hitting outfielder Dexter Fowler. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
Hey, I don't care what league you're in, American, National, if you're playing on Mars. If you get a heater down the middle of the plate as an 8-hole hitter, you better be swinging the bat.
And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Well, he's really locked in at this point in the game on the bump. So far this inning, 4 pitches and 2 outs. Got the first guy on 1 pitch, and then absolutely dominates this at bat with a 3-pitch strikeout.
So now to the plate, Jack Flaherty. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. The 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike 1.
With the way this guy's throwing on the mound, you cannot be chasing. You have to set your sights a little bit lower and control the strike zone.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. And he fouls this one off. Third inning, no score to this point. And it's fouled away. The next 1-2 pitch.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Therefore, it is Profar, and Jurickson has it to retire the side. Down in order go the Cardinals. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Stepping into the box, Trent Grisham, as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3. First pitch of the at-bat.
That's a ball.
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. Way outside, nearly to the backstop. 2-1. High in the air out to center field. Bader is there, and he has it for the first out.
The batter, the shortstop, Fernando Jr.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And up steps the big bat of Fernando Tatis Jr. First offering on its way. In there, strike 1. Snatched out of midair at first base for out number 2.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
Machado now. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here comes the first pitch. And look out as that one ran in and got him.
You know, with 2 outs and nobody on, that's the last thing you want to do on the mound. That really gives the opposition some hope that they can do something with this inning.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Hosmer. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, guys, still the only hit in this game so far. They've been pretty well shut down. Guys on the mound have really much controlled the whole outcome up until this point.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Didn't quite catch the zone there, ball 1.
That's not a bad pitch right there. That two-seamer moving away from a left-handed hitter. Didn't get the strike, but I like the idea behind the pitch.
Look into Molina, now the 1-1. Just behind the fastball there, 2 strikes now. One and 2, here it comes. Heading out towards shallow right. Fowler is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. Padres leave 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Back to the top of the order now, and stepping in, the power-hitting first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1.
Man, this guy's been incredibly efficient so far in this one, mostly because he's getting ahead. 70% of the batters he's faced, he's thrown a first pitch strike to.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Paul Goldschmidt goes down to become the first out here in the 4th. Here's the second baseman, Colton Wong, as he'll get out ahead of a changeup and swing through it for strike 1. He drew a base on balls his first time up. High chopper to third, reined in, and very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Paul DeYoung.
Standing in, Paul DeYoung. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line shot to third, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Will Myers. He drew a walk his first time up.
The right fielder, Will Myers.
Now the pitch. And that misses inside, 1-0. Now here's the pitch.
Nope.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
And here's a slider for a called strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider right there for a strike. No shame in tipping your hat.
Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Digging in, Chris Paddock, and we'll likely see him square around to bunt. First pitch of the at-bat. Showing bunt here, but he takes ball 1.
In today's game, if they're going to give you an out, you take it. You have to find a way to execute a pitch in the zone, allow him to get the bunt down, and take the out at first.
No runs, just 1 hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. And he pulls back the bunt attempt, 2-0.
Sometimes you got to be aggressive offensively, but sometimes you just let the pitcher dig his own grave. Patience and discipline seem to be the way to go right here.
And no take on 2-0. He's still squaring, and he gets it down. There's one, and the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily.
He got the bunt down, but he didn't deaden it enough. Really good job by the first baseman to charge in and make a good throw to second to get the lead runner.
Now at the plate, Jake Cronenworth. He's 0 for 1 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now batting, catcher, Austin Nola.
Digging in to try it again. Austin Nola hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
And he takes a pitch that's ruled a strike at the knees. Pretty liberal strike zone there. It's 0-1. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. In there, and he's in control 0-2 now.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt here. Good job there as the count goes to 1-2. From the belt, the pitch. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. 1 left for San Diego. Through 4. Still tied. 0-0. And back at Petco Park in San Diego as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cardinals to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've only managed 1 base runner in this game, so it's easy to see why he said they haven't shown much fight today. He's hoping to see someone step up and find a way to get something going, though. This game isn't out of hand, so it remains to be seen if they can snap out of this funk and climb back into this one.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
The catcher, number 4, Yadier Molina.
Here's the first pitch to him. Swung on and hit in the air to left. Profar is right there as he puts it away. No problem for the first out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Harrison Bader.
So that'll bring in Harrison Bader, 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system, especially now he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball 1. And wow, a very high strike, but a strike nonetheless, and it's 1-1. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time. Fouled off. Swing and a ground ball to third. And that's the second out.
Up next for the Cardinals, the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
Now at the plate, Tyler O'Neill. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
Great execution of that changeup right there. Great arm action. Batter was totally out front on that one.
I got the count.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Down 0-2 to a guy with this much weaponry, 5 pitches he can go to, not looking good.
Hard on the ground towards short, and that's the first hit in this one for the Redbirds.
Hey, D-Row, there's a case of trying to sneak a piece of cheese by a guy after starting him off with back-to-back off-speed pitches, has him 0-2, and can't get that fastball by him.
Yeah, you're doing him a favor right there. You got him dead to rights, 0-2. You can expand the zone. You can go north, south, east, west, and what does he do? He leaves a fastball, a hittable fastball, and he was able to get a knock.
Digging in now will be Matt Carpenter. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1. Carpenter bats left but throws right and stands in at 6'3". This is his first year at the big league level. Chopped in front of home plate. So they do get their first hit, but their first run will have to wait as the inning is over. Cards leave 1. Halfway home, still no score. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with San Diego's manager during the inning break about the Padres' offensive production to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Despite the fact that they've yet to push a run across, the game is still tied, and the pitch count for their opposition is really getting up there. They think that making him work as hard as he has is going to pay off later in the game, and that they just need to stick to the process.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jurickson Profar. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th. First offering on its way. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Popped him up. Wong is there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 2, Trent Grisham.
Digging in, Trent Grisham, 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat.
1-0.
No runs, just one hit. No errors in the ballgame for the Padres. 2 balls and no strikes to the Padres center fielder. Weak roller right side. He's got it. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lifted into the air out towards center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Padres down in order. 6th inning coming up. Still zip, zip. Here's Dexter Fowler now. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Dexter Fowler.
First pitch coming. Here it is. The bouncer to the left side. Taken in by Machado. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
Now batting, the pitcher, Jack Flaherty.
At the plate, Jack Flaherty. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a liner. Foul. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now. 0-2.
His command has been outstanding so far, hitting nearly all of his spots, and that's been a big factor why he's been so successful up to this point.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Whoa, that's down.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one, but the execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone and breaks just out. Just a great take by the batter.
He'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to, as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now. So 2 gone now in the St. Louis half of the 6th, and that'll bring up the big bat of Paul Goldschmidt. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Oh, that's off the plate.
Good spot to be in right now as a hitter. Count your favor, 1-0. Good time to get a fastball and turn it loose.
Now here's the pitch. Skied into straightaway right. Myers is under it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Down in order go the Cardinals. We are still scoreless. Bottom of the inning now, and digging in is the big-time power threat, Manny Machado.
Third baseman, Manny Machado.
Here comes the first pitch.
That's a ball. Count 1-0.
The 1-0. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone. On its way is pitch number 75. Looks at a fastball low here, and it's full 3-2.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
Now the payoff pitch home. And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
First baseman Eric Hosmer is in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far.
Yeah, and this is the guy for me. I think this is the guy in the clubhouse that the guys truly gravitate towards. The total package of Eric Hosmer's game is really special.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes.
Hey, this is a perfect opportunity for them to get on the board right now. Leadoff man has done his job. Now the middle of the order gets their shot at the plate.
Here's the 0-1 pitch.
The count 1-1.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the heart of the plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
A runner at first with no outs here. Hit down the third baseline. Carpenter is there. And they are not going to get him at first. He's aboard easily.
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield knock.
It is, Devo, and you can read that right off the bat as a pitcher. You can read the angle. You know that that ball is going to be hit on the ground, and you're thinking deep down inside, okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
Wow, the Padres have been scuffling so far. They need to get a big hit, and it's about time somebody comes through right about now.
Grounder down the line at third. Taken in by Carpenter. Wong for 1. Relay to Goldie, and that gets him as well. A double play.
Oh, that's a rally killer right there. They were in great shape with 2 on and nobody out. But the double play is the last thing you want in that situation. Just a runner at third now, but there's 2 outs.
Striding into the box, Chris Paddock, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Here's a moment where you got to be a great teammate. Pick your buddy up who just grounded into a double play. I don't care what it looks like, single, gapper, homer, just get that guy in from third and get your team back motivated again.
Couldn't get his hands through there, and it's 1-1. No score at this point, but a 2-out hit could get a runner in from third. And he popped him up, drifting back behind first. Goldschmidt is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. Padres leave 1, still no score. Here's Colton Wong now. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Here comes the first pitch. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1. Checks his swing, but this will be strike 2 call. Popped him up. Hosmer over to his left. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
The bat, number 11. Short down. Called DeYoung.
One gone for the Redbirds in the 7th, and that'll bring in the Illinois State product, Paul DeYoung. First pitch on its way. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Hey, it's always key getting early strikes in a count. This guy's been awesome at it so far. More than 70% of his first pitches have been in the strike zone.
DeYoung in an 0-2 hole here.
After 2 great pitches, he has a lot of options right now. He could bounce something or go elevated fastball.
And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
This is the kind of at bat where your hitting coach grabs you on the way back to the dugout to have a little chat about your approach. Not a lot of positives to draw from that at bat when you take 2 strikes and then you chase one out of the zone to go down on only 3 pitches.
Yadi Molina digging in now as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. The 1-0 home.
2-0.
Like to see him be looking to the opposite field with this next swing. Pitcher's trying to work you away.
High and deep down the left field line. And that's going to land foul. Now the 2-1 pitch. Is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Hey, it's tough when your team is being held scoreless on the scoreboard. He was trying to put him on the board with a swing like that one.
Takes this the other way to right. Myers is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Last half of the 7th here, and that'll give way to the rookie second baseman, Jake Cronenworth.
Not sure if this is a powerhouse pitching performance by both teams or bad hitting, but as we're moving late into this one, it's about time somebody put something together to try to score a run.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. And he's keeping it down here, and that's a called strike 2. This is swung on and popped up, crossing into foul territory now behind third. There to take it in is Carpenter for the first out.
Now batting, catcher, Austin Nola.
At the plate, Austin Nola 0 for 2 for him to this point. First delivery to him on the way.
0-1, no strike.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
One out, nobody on. And a fastball, but he's losing it a bit here to 3-1 now.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
The 3-1. And he lays off. Ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
Well, when you've been out there as long as he has, you have to expect to lose a little precision in your location. He's up over 90 pitches now, so he might be starting to tire a little bit. Something to keep an eye on.
There's the St. Louis manager now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And he's going to motion for the bullpen, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first, and the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Ryan Helsley takes the call from the pen as he'll try to get the final 2 outs of this 7th frame.
Ryan Helsley.
Jurickson Profar will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand in with a runner at first and 1 away. Has a look, now the pitch. 0-1 pitch on its way.
Nope, ball 1. 1-1.
Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
That's just too much velocity upstairs to get good wood on it. It's going to have to lower his sights.
And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Two pitch is fouled away. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to. And that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
Stepping in now, Trent Grisham. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And he lays off for ball 1. Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. The 1-1 home. Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Back goes Fowler. On the warning track, he makes the catch. 1 left for San Diego. We are still scoreless. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Harrison Bader.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Fouled away. The 1-1 home. And he fouls this one off. to lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
To the plate now, Tyler O'Neill. As he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Squared that one up just a little late. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball taken inside for a ball. 2-1 now. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
This offense has just been flailing at the plate all game long, so it's no wonder why they've only been able to pick up 1 hit so far. I'm not seeing much of a game plan from these hitters.
And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far.
That was aggressive pitching in that at-bat, and I like seeing that. He showed all hard stuff until the 5th and final pitch for the strikeout. When you work off your hard stuff, it really opens up your secondary pitches to be more deceptive.
Here's Matt Carpenter. As the fastball is swung on and missed. Good location down at the knees for strike 1. No hits to this point. Into the wind, the 0-1.
1-0.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he looks at one in there, 1-2.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
The 1-2. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Grisham makes the catch to end the inning. Down in order go the Cardinals. Still no score. Ready once again, Fernando Tatis Jr. He flew out at his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Helsley, a 6'1" right-hander. He's in his rookie year here at the big league level. That one's a called strike. Back even at 1.
Hey, it looks like this guy's going to work in the upper part of the strike zone. It'll be interesting to see if this lineup can adjust to the way he pitches.
The 1-1 home. Strike 2 swinging.
He got a swing and a miss on that last pitch, but that's not the location he wants to live in against a hitter of this quality.
Fielded by Goldschmidt, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Had to protect there with 2 strikes, and he just got it off the end of that. Not much of a problem for the infield at that point.
So 1 man gone for the Friars in their half of the 8th, and that'll bring in Manny Machado. First pitch of the at-bat. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that is off the wall. And he is into second base with one away as the go-ahead run.
Wow, he was willing that thing to get out of here. Would have given them the lead right here late in the game, but it ends up hitting off the wall, and he heads into second with an extra base hit. We'll see if the next man up can come through in the clutch here.
And time will be called here as with the important go-ahead run at second base, they'll opt to go and get a little more speed out there. In now, Eric Hosmer is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. He's set. Here it comes. Swung on, but fouled off to the left. A throw behind the runner at second, and the runner back. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes.
1 ball, 1 strike. Ball 2.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away. Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. And that misses. Ball 4. So it's first and second now with only 1 away.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last pitch was really good. He missed down, but only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
Tommy Pham will come on now and pinch run here. So here's Will Myers, and his guys are looking to erase that donut on the scoreboard with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, Matt, they've been really shut down so far in this one. They've had runners on base, but haven't been able to string anything together.
First pitch on its way.
There are a couple of points in every game that could decide winning or losing. This is one of those critical spots. Time to make some great pitches.
Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Great curveball there. Really fooled him with that one.
Hey, you know the pitcher right now, he's looking for that best friend, that double play ball. This is where you have to really be disciplined at the plate and make sure that you get a pitch that's above the knees that you can get in the air.
And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone.
Got a good spot to be in right now. Pitcher's falling behind in the count with a guy up that hits really well with runners in scoring position.
Lifted down the line in left. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Now the payoff pitch home. And that misses for ball 4. So the potential go-ahead run moves over to third now.
Well, it's obvious he wanted absolutely no part of the 3 or 4 hole hitters. But he's got to focus here because this guy in the 5 hole is just as dangerous.
Mitch Moreland will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Hitting for the Padres, number 18, Mitch Moreland.
And a curveball drops in there for strike 1. And a pivotal moment in this one. Tie ball game, bases loaded, but the possibility of an inning-ending double play does still exist here. And look out as that gets him. So that's going to bring home a run.
These guys are pros and they're tough, but I know that one hurt. He'll never show it, though. Too much pride at stake.
we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Number 62 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching.
Now pitching and batting in the seventh. Number 62. Now playing third base and batting ninth. Number 19. Tommy Edman. Now at first base. Number 20.
So stepping in, Jake Cronenworth. Been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
First pitch coming, here it is. And that's inside for a ball, 1-0. Ball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
Nowhere to put anybody. 2-0 count, not a good spot to be in as a pitcher.
Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And a big RBI there as the run scores to make this a 2-run game now.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Austin Nova stands in as he looks at a called strike. Still only one out in the inning. And this is right past Molina and back to the screen. And he is safe at the plate as he wasn't able to recover in time.
Man, he's out there trying to throw strikes and give his guys a chance to come back and maybe win this thing. But that wild pitch and the insurance run it allows to score certainly aren't helping matters in the slightest.
And it looks as though the decision makers in the dugout will give him a free pass to first, so the bases are loaded here on the intentional walk, and the force play is now in order.
Well, tough to say if that was their intention or not, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. A force at every base now, so there are a lot of ways to get out of this.
Jurickson Profar digs in next. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. First offering on its way. Nothing in one count. Here it comes. Seared down the first baseline. And this is swung on and missed. A huge out there as the bases will stay loaded with 2 away now. Standing in, Trent Grisham. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. He's set and the pitch.
So important getting ahead with the bases loaded. Already a difficult situation, so you don't want to make it any harder by falling behind in the count.
Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. The 0-2. And he'll just waste one there. 1-2.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away. But that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
a little low. It's 2-2.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion. Look for him to be aggressive with what he thinks is his best pitch right now.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Wow, this is a pretty good at bat right here. From down in the count 0-2 to work the count back to 3-2. And he's seen a lot of pitches, too.
This is on the ground over to first. Taken in by Goldschmidt, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So all in all, they're fortunate to give up just 3 in the inning as they wind up escaping the bases loaded jam. We've played 8 full. Padres lead it 3-0. Jorge Mateo remains in the game playing third after entering the game as a pinch hitter in the previous half inning. Tommy Pham remains in the game batting 8th and manning first base.
Now at first base, number 28, Tommy.
Trevor Rosenthal comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
Trevor Rosenthal. Leading off for St. Louis, the right fielder, Dexter Fowler.
Here's the first pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
Someone on this offense needs to take it upon themselves to have a quality AB and start the line moving again.
The 0-1. He takes something off there as this is swung on and missed, and there's one gone here in the ninth. So his day over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the San Diego starter. And he really delivered a fantastic postseason performance.
Wow, what a powerful performance. 8 shutout innings in line for the win.
At the plate now, Tommy Edman. As he'll take a look at ball 1. That one right down Main Street. 1 out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. Tatis backs up and takes care of it. 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman,
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Paul Goldschmidt. And their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. Here's the first pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Hey, there aren't too many power hitters in the game that would let that pitch go by.
And there's a called strike 2 as now they're down to their final strike this afternoon.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
Cardinals down to their final strike here. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
Great take right there, but the last thing you want to do is be called out on strikes to end the game.
Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet. Now a swing and a miss on a pitch that tied him up in knots, and the ball game is over.
Wow, talk about a do-or-die situation. Amazing. They find a way to win the wild card game and advance to the division. exhibition series. I know the home crowd made a difference cheering them on, and now they have all the momentum going into the next round.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. Watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Well, you know he wants that one pitch back that led to the lone hit, but it was pretty awesome watching him do his thing. He had guys off balance and flailing at the plate all game long, so he really was the story.
So for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, this is Matt Vasgersian. The postseason is in full swing, folks. You've been watching the National League wildcard game.
The final line score for this afternoon's ballgame. For the victorious San Diego Padres, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For St. Louis, no runs, just 1 hit, no errors, and they left 1 man on base. Time of the ballgame, 2 hours and 44 minutes. Our paid attendance this afternoon at Petco Park, a sellout, 40,209. The Padres thank you for your continued support and remind you to please drive home safely.